Okay, so let's say you want to buy a new iPhone and the price is $1,200. The sales tax rate in your area is 7%. You want to know how much is the sales tax amount and what is the total price for you to make your purchase. Well, you want to set up a proportion, and you know to change that percent into a fraction, you would just put 7 over 100. That is your fractional form of 7%. And of course, you know the whole is 100, and the part that we're talking about is 7 cents out of that dollar, or 7%. So to complete the rest of the proportion, we would put equal to, and they're talking about a total price of $1,200 for the iPhone. So we're going to put that here in the whole row. So now you can see your proportion. So you want to cross multiply, and as we've said before, you want to be able to multiply the two numbers that cross that you can, and then divide by the number you haven't used yet. So 1,200 times 7 divided by 100 gives you $84. So we can say the sales tax amount is $84. So if you're only being asked for the sales tax amount, that's it. But if it asks for the total cost, then you would have to find the sales tax, just like we did, and then add that to the price of the cell phone. You would actually pay a total of $1,284. Let's look at one more. You want to buy your friend a birthday gift that costs $29.99. You'll also have to pay 6% sales tax. Obviously, you're in a different city or state or county. What is the amount of the sales tax, and what will be the total price for you to make your purchase? Well, again, we want to go ahead and set up that proportion. So I know that it's talking about 6%. That would be 6 over 100. That's where you want to start out. Now, the whole amount that we want to work with here is $29.99. Remember, part and whole. This is what we're looking for. So now we're going to go ahead and cross multiply. 6 times $29.99. Make sure you put that decimal in there, 29.99. And then divide that by 100, and I get this. I get 1.7994. Remember, we're talking about money, so you're always going to round to the hundredths place. So I have to ask myself, is this going to be $1.79 or $1.80? Well, based on the number that's just to the right of that line, it's telling me to go up a penny. So $1.79 would become $1.80. So the sales tax amount would be $1.79. And if that's all the question's asking for, then you're done. But then if it's asking for the total price, we need to take that $29.99, because that's the price of the item, plus the $1.79, your tax, and add those two together. So $29.99 plus the $1.79 sales tax, altogether you would pay $31.78 as your total. And that's it. You want to find your sales tax by setting up the proportion. Later we'll do it in equation form, but right now we're looking at just how it looks when you're solving it in proportion form. When you set it up and solve it, that's giving you just the tax amount. But remember, if it's asking for the total price or total amount, you have to take that tax and add it back to the price of the item. I hope this helped.